Signs and to read you. This has all of the contents, and it has a lot, like the birth information, map of the stars, constellations. It talks about the planets, the houses, the birth chart. I'm not going to be reading all of that. I'm just going to be reading the zodiac signs and the basic information of each one. So, if you want to skip to your zodiac, the timestamps will be below in the description. Also, comment down below your zodiac sign. Feel free to do sun, rising, and moon. Very interested. So, look how cute this is. This is the book. I have the microphone really pushed to the front so I can read like this. And look at my shirt. Alright, let's begin. The definition of astrology is the study of the stars from a mystical, philosophical, and inherently magical point of view. It connects the celestial bodies with how we feel, relate, and manifest how we evolve and how cosmic energies influence human life, history, and our relationship with nature. So, an overview of each sign's attributes in the next chapter, page 103. We'll see how the attributes affect each planet. Okay, elements: fire, earth, air, and water. The fire signs include Aries. See, like, I pronounce things like I pronounce Taurus, like, you know, people say Taurus, Taurus. There's pronunciations for everything, but in Aries, I don't know. Anyway, I'm not going to go my background of zodiac signs. I'm just going to read, so don't mind any mispronunciations because this is a lot of reading. Fire signs are Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Fire signs are dominant, powerful, determined, passionate, impulsive, irascible, tenacious, and charismatic. I don't know that word. They have a leadership spirit and are also sociable and enthusiastic. At their worst, they can be aggressive, vain, arrogant, and irritable. So, it's also good not to only know your zodiac sign, but to know others so you can kind of get an understanding. Earth signs: Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. The earth signs are those who stay on the safe, concrete, and material side. They are creative in a practical way. They need facts, not words, to believe in something. And at their worst, they can be stubborn, selfish, and critical. Air signs: Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Feel free to take some notes. Air signs are dynamic, intellectual, objective, and creative. They love freedom and are sociable and friendly. At their worst, they can be superficial, cold, rebellious, deceitful, and indecisive. I feel like I might like to keep it up like this a little bit. Water signs: the water signs Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Water signs are emotional, sentimental, and empathetic. With their intuitiveness, they can see beyond the material or oh my gosh, I can't even pronounce this. Superfluous. And tend to be interested in the spiritual or mystical. At their worst, they can be infantile, unstable, and scattered. I am so sorry if I pronounce each and everything wrong. Let's talk about the polarities. So, the positive and negative. The polarities point to each group of signs' energy in the planet where they are located. Positive, active, masculine, referred to by all three names. They are fire and air signs. So the positive, fire and air. Positions in these signs will push the person into action. Oh, sorry, Buddha. Okay, I just need to find a comfortable way since we're going to be reading. Negative, passive, and feminine, referred to by all three names. These are the earth and water signs. Positions in these signs will lead the person to be more These qualities point to the type of attitude a person adopts when circumstances change. These qualities help us clarify a birth chart's characteristics. Two people can be the same element and manifest its nature in completely different ways depending on their qualities. The qualities of the signs show if a person is active and pursues their objectives, or if it's difficult for them to face change. So, cardinal signs are Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn, which means these signs mark the beginning of the seasons, equinox, and solstice. They adopt leadership positions and usually take initiative when faced with a problem or challenge, especially Aries and Capricorn. They can be enterprising and exhibit strong willpower. Fixed signs are Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. They are found in the middle of the season, spring, summer, and fall, and winter. They have a more rigid personality than cardinals, so they prefer rules and structure. They are tough, stubborn, and persevering. It is difficult for them to handle change. I'm a Taurus, by the way. Very difficult. So I'm a Taurus sun, Leo rising, and Capricorn moon. Mutable signs: Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces. These signs denote the end of each season. They have a great ability to adapt to change and can be unpredictable. They're also versatile, spontaneous, multi-skilled, and contradictory, and they have a tendency to be irresponsible. Let's start with Aries. So, dates are March 24th to April 20th. The ruling planet is Mars, element fire. Their quality is cardinal, and though their polarity is positive / masculine, does each one have? First house is individuality and self-image. So, whether your sun is in Aries or you have another planet in this sign, the most distinctive Aries trait is being energetic and enthusiastic. Aries individuals can somewhat be argumentative, even stubborn and aggressive, although they will deny it. Since they're the first zodiac sign, it's easy to remember what role they usually take. Leader. Aries are very clear about when, how, and why they do things, and they enjoy giving instructions so that everything goes perfectly. Of course, problems arise when it comes to time to negotiate, especially with people slower or quieter than them. Aries can become quite impatient. They can also be somewhat jealous or possessive, but are ultimately a charismatic sign with a dazzling self-confidence. That's them, right there. Okay, what am I gonna read for this? Okay, so Aries, fire sign, cardinal, masculine, March 21st, April 20th. Virtues: they are natural leaders, self-assured, optimistic, direct, energetic, and active. They have a lot of drive. They're generous and not duplicitous. Oh my gosh, this is embarrassing. I swear to God, I am not that dumb, but I don't know words. Their anger passes quickly. They are daring, know how to defend themselves, and are brave, sociable, and flirtatious. Flaws: they are hot-tempered and impulsive. They lack self-control. They can be bossy. They don't like taking orders. They're so direct that they can be insensitive. They have a tendency to whine. They risk too much, are self-centered and materialistic, and have little patience. Okay, I'm just gonna read the corresponding tarot card, which is the Emperor. So your corresponding tarot card is the Emperor. Each sign is a corresponding tarot card that symbolizes some of its characteristics. In this case of Aries, it's the Emperor, representing power, strength, a brilliant person with authority. However, its negative side can be related to violence and abuse of power. So, are you an Aries? Next sign is Taurus, April 21st to May 20th. Ruling planet is Venus. are especially attractive. Also, thanks to Venus, Taurus people have a lot of aesthetic sensitivity. They like refined environments and enjoy the pleasures of life. Being an earth sign, they need stability, and they're constant and loyal in their relationships. Among the earth signs, who in general have a reputation for being serious and responsible, they're the most carefree and fun-loving. They can be somewhat materialistic and very stubborn. They find security in the material and are constant when they set a goal, but they tend to be lazy if an activity is not of their liking. It's often said that Taurus individuals only like to eat and sleep, and although that's not the case, this generalization comes from how calm and agreeable they are. So, earth signs. Their virtues: they are patient, friendly, serene, reliable, constant, faithful, and loyal. When it comes to making decisions, they're level-headed. They are also realistic, sensible, practical, domestic, and prudent. Their flaws: they are intolerant, obstinate, and proud. They are slow in making decisions. Stubborn, passive, materialistic, and have little initiative. They are sedentary and big-headed. Each sign has a corresponding tarot card, so this one, in this case of Taurus, is the High Priest. Taurus relates to tradition, objectiveness, calmness, and the well-established, just like this card. Alright, that is Taurus. I'm sorry if this is like just the basics. I think it's very basic information, and I wanted to keep it short and sweet instead of like going very in depth. But Gemini, May 21st to June 20th. So the ruling planet is Mercury, element air, quality mutable, polarity positive masculine, third house communication, childhood, and family. Whether your sun is in Gemini or you have another planet in this sign, Gemini's most distinctive characteristics are ease of communication, adaptability, and creativity. Gemini people have a great ability to find innovative solutions and convey them in an appealing way. They are sociable, open, and always ready to learn new things. It's a dual sign. In other words, on one hand, they give this more outgoing side, but on the other hand, they're profound people who need independence and solitude. Among air signs, which are generally outgoing, Gemini could be said to be the most intellectual. They can be good writers, speakers, or comedians. They have a great sense of humor and enjoy talking. They're very independent. Their ideal partner is someone who respects their space and doesn't clip their wings. Entices entices them with new topics and isn't scandalized by their wild ideas. Entices. What am I saying? Alright. So, their virtues: they are communicative, friendly, creative, multifaceted, decisive, curious, versatile, expressive, dynamic, imaginative, jovial, charismatic. So, by the way, this is their nature. I'm not saying that every Gemini is this, as well as every sign, but it's their nature. So they could be very good, but they could also have a big block. It could be one of their hidden gifts, but they can also have a block in that area. So keep that in mind. It doesn't necessarily mean that everyone is going to be like this, and because I know someone that's Gemini, not communicative at all, but has potential too. So there's a huge block there, a throat chakra block. I'm also big into chakras. People can have dominant energies where they have a lot of potential, but it's their thing that they need two-faced and impatient. Corresponding tarot card, the Lovers. Each sign has a corresponding tarot card. I don't think I have to say that every time. In Gemini's case, it's the Lovers. The card symbolizes not only couple relationships, but also personal or business exchanges. Cancer. June 21st, July 22nd. I feel like this angle, it has to be this way though, because it's like close to the mic. And so, ruling planet, moon, element, water, quality, cardinal, polarity, negative, feminine. Fourth house, home, safety, and family. Whether your sun or sun planet is in Cancer, Cancer's distinctive feature is its sensitivity. Being ruled by the moon, emotions play an important role in their sign. Cancers are contradictory, sensitive yet introspective, sweet yet irritable, materialistic yet homey. Cancer values are usually traditional. They cherish spending time with family, and despite their extreme sensitivity, they have a strong character that they don't hesitate to display when they or their family feel threatened. Among the water signs, it's the most maternal one. Despite such a rich emotional world, they tend to have frequent mood swings. They seem quite mysterious, since they don't like to show their vulnerable side. That's why their character is the least clear in the zodiac. Sometimes they're shy, and other times they're outgoing and unpredictable. With Cancer, you never know. Virtues. They are homey, sensitive, maternal, jovial, imaginative, idealistic, affectionate, thoughtful, romantic, flirtatious, sweet, expressive, and caring. Flaws. They are insecure, lazy, spiteful, withdrawn, fanciful, contradictory, wasteful, sentimental, apprehensive, hypochondriacal, cranky, and have volatile mood swings. Okay, so in Cancer's case, it is the Chariot, which represents discipline, continuous progress in life, not dwelling on the past, and the desire to face new challenges. It gives them the strength to overcome the ups and the downs and enhance their virtues. That's Cancer. Leo, July 23rd to August 23rd. I did not know that. The ruling planet is the Sun, element fire, quality fixed, polarity positive, masculine, fifth house, individuality, originality. I just can't read right now. I think that's the problem. Impulsiveness. When talking about Leo, it's important to bear in mind that it's ruled by a male star, the Sun, the king star, which is represented by a lion, the ruler of the jungle. So it's no coincidence that Leos are people who shine with their own light. Charming, flashy, sociable, passionate, and willful are some of the adjectives that describe this sign. Leo's energy is characterized by being dominant. They're natural leaders with a lot of charm. On the more negative side, all this light can translate into arrogance, a magnified ego, or self-centeredness. These characteristics can be present in people with the Sun or with the planets in Leo. The latter will present nuances that we'll explore in the following chapters, as well as the rest of the signs. Among the fire signs, Leos are the most charismatic and ambitious. Their virtues are charismatic, loyal, energetic, strong, sociable, funny, generous, cunning, optimistic, brave, fast, enthusiastic, and leaders. Flaws: they are proud, superficial, self-centered, arrogant, domineering, authoritarian. I should think whispering and reading is like not a good combo. Frivolous, naive, brash, impulsive, and conformist. There's a lot of famous Leos, by the way. They represent the card strength. So in Leo's case, it is strength. In the tarot of Mars, in most tarots, it's represented by a woman and a lion, which is the animal because they are moody, capricious, I don't know, indecisive, complex, impatient, pessimistic, vain, superficial, influenceable, nosy, and dependent. Your tarot card is Justice, representing balance and truth, and on its negative side, lack of decision-making, initiative. They're all key themes in this sign. Aries, in which Libra native will have to push themselves. Next is Scorpio, October 23rd to November 22nd. Ruling planet Pluto, element water, quality fixed, polarity, negative feminine, 8th house, taboos, sex, intimacy, death, and rebirth. Scorpio is a notorious sign, twisted, manipulative, and even a little sinister. This is also the sign with the greatest emotional depth, a great capacity for empathy, and an ability to rise from its ashes like the phoenix. Scorpio is the sign of deep transformation. They like to fully explore the complexity of the human soul. The spiritual, life and death, and the occult are subjects that will undoubtedly absorb Scorpio to a greater or lesser degree. This is one of the fiercest signs, since sex, together with an exploration of the subconscious, the hidden, and taboos, is one area in which Scorpios stand out. Their character is ensnaring and they're charismatic, but their charisma lies in the mysterious, the sexual, the forbidden. They can be prone to obsessions or toxic relationships. If you consider yourself a much lighter person than this and you are a Scorpio, create your birth chart, and you will likely see that you have dominant planets in other signs. So, their virtues, they are strong, determined, loyal, faithful, intuitive. They have a capacity for regeneration and are resolute, powerful, emotional, persuasive, cunning, and outsiders. Flaws, they are vindictive, controlling, ruthless, distrustful, jealous, temperamental, possessive, drastic, domineering, furious, manipulative, and vain. Corresponding tarot card is Death. Death is not a bad one, by the way. That is a myth. Each sign has a corresponding card. The Death card represents not only an end, but a beginning. It points us to Scorpio's fundamental lesson, letting go of experiences, facing life in seek stability in life. It's important for them to acquire a good job and foster good relationships to achieve that stability. Does this mean that they're cold and calculating? Yes and no. It's not that they're cold, it's that Capricorn's personality is somewhat ironic and cynical. Not for everyone. They tend to be emotionally closed off, and this doesn't mean that they don't have feelings, rather that they feel everything to such a degree that they don't want to be hurt. To gain their trust, you will need to show them your feelings through actions, which speak louder than words. They're very demanding, but that's because they're also very giving. Status is important to Capricorns. They're not social climbers, but they prefer to connect to people who are at their level in effort, dedication, and strength. Their virtues: constant, ambitious, honest, loyal, confident, trustworthy, realistic, tenacious, persistent, strong decision makers, and have an instinct for business. Flaws: they are selfish, cold, dissatisfied. I know this word, but I can't think. I don't know. Proud, inflexible, shy, apathetic, controlling, obsessive, and materialistic. Melancholic. Don't mind me. I know I'm probably bothering people with my mispronunciation of words, but I'm trying. So, corresponding tarot is the devil. Each sign has a corresponding one in the devil. The devil is associated with Capricorn, from this video. Like, all my mispronunciations. Oh. Okay. Pisces people are usually sensitive, sweet, naive, and empathetic, but this emotional capacity can also lead to personal instability if they do not have other energies in their chart. They can develop elusive personalities and believe they're incapable of coping with conflicts, although paradoxically, they're optimistic and cheerful. They're also idealists and can easily get lost in lucid dreams or daydreams. They tend to be lazy and lack ambition due to lack of determination and shyness. All Pisces have, to a greater or lesser extent, an artistic and dreamy side, or they find great comfort and tranquility in art, especially in music or poetry. Virtues: they are empathetic, idealistic, dreamy, sweet, sensitive, intuitive, artistic, optimistic, versatile, spirited, and good listeners. Flaws: they are distracted, ambiguous, emotional, moody, messy, chaotic, shy, unkempt, and confusing. Corresponding tarot card is the Moon. Despite being Cancer's ruling planet, is the tarot card associated with Pisces. Oh, the Moon, despite being Cancer's ruling planet, is the tarot card associated with Pisces. It refers to their emotional nature and the dangers that this entails. Pisces, given their extreme sensitivity and imagination, can be dragged down by laziness and sadness if they do not learn to manage their emotions well. Okay. That is it for the signs of the zodiac. I am so sorry with my words. Like, oh, I'm embarrassed, honestly. But I'm just gonna own it because, like, I don't need to know how to pronounce all words. I hope you got the point. That is the basics of the zodiac. If you do not resonate, you probably have a bunch of different planets, you know, and placements in your chart that are very different. It's very complex. I used to not believe in astrology fully because I knew I'm a Taurus, that was very much different